The Lady Jags will first come up against Bermuda on May 23 at the National Track and Field Stadium, Lenora. Team coach Dr. Ivan Joseph says this is an important step towards the development of women's football in the region. He expressed elation at being in Guyana and said they expect a tough fight with Bermuda, which is estimated to be their toughest opponent.
To be here, clearly we're in a tough fight. There's quality competition. Bermuda's in the match. Barbados is in the match. We had a tough game against Suriname. You know, we haven't had a lot of opportunity to prepare, but I'm sure that many of the other programs are in the same spot as we are. We feel like we've got a good team and a talented group that has the right blend and mix of players. And we're looking forward to seeing how the games will play themselves out.
Mr. Joseph said that even though the aim of this leg is to qualify, he believes it is more important to develop a program that is long-term.
Really, my focus is on how do we build a program that's sustainable. If I was to think about just qualifying here, I think we're looking at a short-term outcome. And what we're looking for is a long-term program that really builds a sustainable Lady Jaguars program. If you look at it, you're saying 2010. 2010 was 8 years ago. This team doesn't even closely resemble that team. 2016 was a good 2 years ago. You'll find probably half this team is new players and new faces. I want to move from playing in 2010, 6-year break, 2016, 2-year break, 2018. My focus isn't on do we get out of this round. Clearly that's one of our goals, but our focus is how do we build a program that continues to want to perform and is able to perform year in and year out so that we have a national program that feeds players and develops players.
The team set to take the field on Wednesday has not yet been announced, but the coach gave a quick rundown on his thought going into selection.
Now, we've selected 20, but in the last day of season, before we were coming in and checking in, we had an injury. Actually, we've had 2, maybe 3. And so now we're waiting for a medical clearance to see if one of those players is going to clear. We've had 2 that are right on the edge, and we've got 1 for sure that is out. And so the 2 that are right on the edge, depending on if they're able to clear and go, that will dictate whether they get to move forward or not. If they don't, then hopefully Concacaf will allow us to advance a player from our provisional list and play those and support or replace those injured players.
Meanwhile, the Barbados contingent arrived in Ghana to play Suriname on Wednesday afternoon in Game 1 of the Ghana Qualifiers. The head coach said his girls have been preparing for the tournament, but they haven't gotten much practice time in since most of the team are seniors and have other obligations. The coach noted that 95% of his team are locally based players, but he feels they will perform well. Ghana will play Bermuda on Wednesday, Suriname on Friday, and Barbados on Sunday in the Group E of the Concacaf Caribbean Women's Qualifier at the National Track and Field Stadium. For the HGP Sports, Colin Abrams.